is Kim Kardashian. What's she going to the White House to talk about? She's going there to meet with Jared Kushner about prison reform, criminal justice reform. This is one of these issues that lefties are pushing, and conservatives who want to seem like cool guys and get approval from the left, they are pretending is important now to criminal justice reform. What it really means is letting criminals out of prison. When you hear criminal justice reform, usually what you're hearing is let's let bad guys out of prison. So anyway, Kim Kardashian wants to go and talk to Kushner about this. But part of the reason that Kushner really cares about this issue is that Jared Kushner's father went to prison for tax evasion, illegal campaign contributions, witness tampering when Kushner was a younger boy, and so now he wants to get Republicans to back letting criminals out of prison. So Kushner is pushing this bill called the First Step Act. The First Step Act, this is what Kushner said. It illustrates a total misunderstanding of this issue, but we can explain why that is. He says if we start showing that we can make the prisons more purposeful and more effective at lowering the recidivism rate over time, that may help the people who are trying to make the argument for sentencing reform. So Trump said he would sign this bill. It just passed the House overwhelmingly, 360 to 59. This is where Jared Kushner's Democrat card is showing, and I hope Republicans don't fall for this. So it's the First Step Act, right? And what they do in D.C. is they make these acts. It's like these very long acronyms. So it's the formerly incarcerated re-enter society transformed safely transitioning every person act. What it does is it gives out good time credits to prison inmates, and it can cut a week per year off of their sentence, but it works retroactively. So there are going to be people who, when this passes, they'll just get out of jail immediately. It's going to be a get out of jail free card. They also are now proposing $250 million in extra spending for educational and rehabilitative programs for these inmates. And Kushner explained the core of this issue, the core of this total misunderstanding by, he said, quote, the single biggest thing we want to do is really define what the purpose of a prison is. Is the purpose to punish? Is the purpose to warehouse? Or is the purpose to rehabilitate? Yeah, well, all of those things. That's the purpose. I know what he wants us to say is that it's just to rehabilitate. That's what he wants. He says it's just to rehabilitate. This gets to a fundamental misunderstanding of the purpose of prison and of justice. There are three kinds of punishment: retributive punishment, deterrence, and rehabilitation. Those are the three purposes of punishment and of our prison system: to exact retribution for crimes that were committed, to deter, and to rehabilitate. But now we only ever talk about the latter two, and really just the last one. We really only talk about prison as therapy, as though we're sending them to Turks and Caicos so they can work out their problems. We're talking about criminals. No, you're punishing them. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent, as Adam Smith said. Criminal justice. I talk to a lot of people in this field, in the criminal justice field, criminologists. I kid you not. I ask them, what's the purpose of criminal justice? And almost uniformly, they say it's sometimes deterrent and to rehabilitate. They don't talk about the retributive aspects. Then I say, okay, well, that's criminal justice, huh? That's your explanation. So where does the justice come in?